Good morning. Bank holiday weekend, and I've headed for the coast. We are lucky in Wales, we've got some tremendous coastline. Behind me is Swansea Bay. Swansea, Mumbles, beyond that the Gower. Stunning areas. Always sure of a good image. This early morning I wanted to catch some colour, but I wanted to catch some reflection as well. But to do something different, something I used to enjoy when I first came into photography, I went to a night class because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And some say I still don't. And what I was told and was drummed into us was that we've got a responsibility of recording a place in time, and that's what we're doing. It doesn't matter how you're thinking about it, whatever you take is recording a place in time. Now today, here we are in Aberafan. There's the steelworks over there, the beating heart of the community, just like the mines were in the mining valleys. And it's important to include that in your landscape. You've got these stunning beaches to the left of me, and like I say, you can't go wrong down here, you know, whether you're taking photographs or just enjoying the scenery as a walker or a bather even. But you've still got that, and that is important to include in the landscape. Now, what I want to do today is do what I used to do when I was using film, and that's have the camera in my hand. I do miss having that freedom, so I'm gonna be hand holding all my shots, and I'll give you the reason why. When you're using the tripod, and I've taken some early morning shots this morning to get the moon in, to get the three cranes in, which are iconic landmark if you like. But what I want to do is capture the people and what they are doing in this area. And the only way I can do that is not slow shutter speeds, which I'm used to, but is to bring the ISO right up. And then give me the shutter speed I want, give me the aperture I want. And then if it's a bit noisy, it doesn't matter really. You haven't got to have perfect, grainless pictures every time. Right, I'm set up. Got my gloves on, got my hand warmers on, from Poundland, was it, Jane?
Yeah.
Right, and what we're going to do, we're going to work the beach. We're going to take advantage of people fishing. Fishermen are great for me. And dog walkers, joggers, people in the community out enjoying themselves. But what I want to try to do is get the landscape in as well. It's the same with surfing. There's a great surfing community down here, and that's where I started, was in sports, and I do a lot of surf photography. So I do spend a lot of time down here, and what I normally do is take the surfers, try to get that landmark in as well. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So what we've done this morning is Jane's idea for this bloody sunrise. I don't like the spring and summer as a rule because of the light and because the days are too long. But I'm out now. I got my camera, Z7 II. I got the Z, 24 to 200. It's a kit lens, but it's really sharp. It's a great lens because I haven't got to go changing lenses. I can go from wide angle to telephoto with just a twist. Also, what I've done now, because we're hand holding, I've set the camera 200th of a second. I'm at 7.18, and I've adjusted the ISO now, all manual, to, let me just check what I last had it on, 2000 ISO, which is no problem for a camera like this anyway. And if it's a little bit grainy, it doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is capturing sunrise pictures, reflections, that sort of thing. That's what I'm out to get today. so we'll get cracking. Lovely moon as well. Can't get both though. I didn't bring my filters, and I don't want to use filters. I don't want to lower my shutter speeds. So we'll get cracking then. I'll head that way. You okay, Jane? You come in. Good girl. Right, the pity is now that I haven't got someone just walking across the scene there. That would have made it. But what I'm going to do, I'm at f8, 200th of a second, 2000 ISO. I focused on the rocks. I've got colour in the sky. Fired the shot off. And that's fine, but it's a little bit bland. There's not really much going for it. I've got that bit of a leading line in. That's fine. Got something on the edge there. I've got a little bit of mumble showing, and I've got the rocks as the feature. But we really needed someone walking across. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to have Jane take the picture, and I'll walk across just to give you an example of what can be achieved. Okay, this is a prime example of what I've just been saying. Two fishermen, and they're catching, and what they are silhouetted against that magenta sky that's crept in now. It's a simple, minimalistic image. That's all you need. Reflection off the sand. I'm at full stretch at the moment, 200 mil. I'm going portrait. I'm including more of the beach now. Now this is what I'm on about with the landscape. That there, if we are zooming in 200 mil or more, you are compressing that shot. You've got the ship behind, you've got the three cranes, which is iconic landmark in this area. That's all we need, is someone walking across it. It's still a little bit early at the minute, the sun is not quite up. But you can see as well, if you catch low tide, the tide is now starting to turn, come back in. You've got some great reflections. As a photographer, you know, who's looking, I'm a little bit fussy about having footprints and scuffs on the sand. So I like to have virgin sand if I can. We've got it now. But if we had walked at the water's edge, we would have created our footprints. Now, I don't mind someone walking and creating footprints, because that gives you a leading line as well. So you're always looking for that. I'm going to try a wider shot, not by much now, to get that sky in. I've got to wait because one of the boys is crouching. Patience, that's all I need. Bit of patience. Make sure my focusing's right. Okay, what we've done now, using these two fishermen on the beach, is just work the area. We started at the top of the beach to get them against really a plain backdrop, then moving around to get them against the industrial backdrop. And as you can see, the sun are broken now, and the reflections we've got are outstanding. So what we are waiting for now is some beach walkers joggers, dog walkers, and particularly walking across the pier there. We're in a good position now to compress the image and get some really stunning shots. I like the effect of the cloud above the cranes. In fact, I'll take that now. I think that works. Focusing on the cranes. Let's get in a bit closer. Just leveling up. Taking a shot. Yeah, that's fine. What I tend to do is allow the compositions to find me rather than the other way around. I just noticed that cloud by there, it works. We've had some great luck with the moon being in the shot as well. But at the moment it's still quiet down here. But we got to be patient, you know, that's what wins the shots really. A little bit of anticipation, because if you can get the composition, you can hang about. When somebody walks into it, that's it, your job's done. And this is what I'm talking about. We've got a gentleman now just walking across the concrete pier. I'm going to focus on those 3 cranes. There's a gap in between them, look. I'm waiting for him to get into the gap. Please don't go as far as that and go back. I'm focused on the cranes. I'm going to take my first shot there just before he hits the cranes. Not literally, obviously. If I took him now, we'd be mingled with the cranes. There's another and another.
Isn't that cracking?
And then our job done.
Go a bit further back, Dave.
Okay.
And again.
Yeah.
And again.
Get right. What we've done now, we've used this area, this lighter area of wet sand. The wave's just lapping in. There's a lady and a dog there. She was walking across the highlight. So we've metered for the highlight. We've got the cranes in the background. And because we were on about 135, 200 of millimetre rather, we've compressed the image as well. So we've dragged everything close together. Also, there was a gentleman walking down from the top of the pier. There's fishermen at the top. He's walking down. So I went wide, 24 mil. I captured him just walking across us. A little bit like street photography, but it's not the street. But this lady now, with a bit of luck, she'll walk back, give us another view, perhaps angle, idea. But it's all about people in the landscape. I don't always take people in the landscape. They can be a pain in the backside. But having said that, it gives you great scale. You know, that small person and a dog with that industry in the back towering above really works. Jayne has a 500mm lens. What would work? Monopod usually for that sort of thing, or even a tripod. But monopod, because you've got a little bit of movement, you to move around quickly. When the tide comes in a little bit, you can have people walking across and everything is on top of you. It really looks as if everything is closer than what it is. I've got a number of pictures like that. They really work. So using a long lens in the landscape, I'm all for that. And using a long lens down here really works. Right, we're off to McDonald's now for a latte because somebody forgot the coffee, but never mind. I'll get her back. I hope you enjoyed our little trip this morning. you know, it's just an insight to going out on a shoot, just two photographers enjoying the crack, really, innit? You know, as the Irish would put it. So that's the end of our third vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a thumbs up, subscribe please, and ring that bell. Don't know where we'll go next. Everything's off the cuff, and especially during the summer months, you know, the light's not great, so we'll be choosy what we do, where we do it. We'll both be putting our images up as usual, so please make comments. That's important for us. We love to hear your comments. So from this great morning out, we'll be probably taking a few more pictures on the way back. I'll see you next time from me and Jane. Bye.